Hello, and today we will be reviewing the actual process of sending meeting requests to suppliers as a buyer. We will also be going over how to confirm and decline meetings as a buyer as well. We will be going over how to set your availability in your profile as a buyer. And we will be going over the product service keyword section as well in this video. So let's get started. First off, when you first log in, you will arrive in the event history page of the platform. What you will then do is below event history and below profile, you will find product service keyword section. What you can do is actually fill in all of your company information here. Country, city, industry type, keywords, location. You can actually download your capability statement if you want. And if you do download your capability statement as a PDF, it would allow other users in the event to actually download your capability statement to refer to maybe in a matchmaking meeting. For some reason, if you do not want anybody to actually see a specific field, all you have to do is select that I next to the field that you do not want to be visible, and make sure that slash is going through the I. Now, whenever a user goes and clicks your profile and looks up your information, they will not see, for instance, your country in this example. But I'm going to leave it visible for right now. And always remember, when you actually update this form, please click Save and Continue. Thank you. Now that we have saved and continued, we're going to go over to Manage Matchmaker, where we will be reviewing the entire process on how to actually set up your matchmaking schedule for the event. So select Manage Matchmaker, and as a buyer you have access to all three tabs. You will be utilizing all three of these tabs. So we will start off with Confirm Availability. The Confirm Availability is basically an area that allows you to see any meeting requests that are still pending that that have been sent to you, or it will display any meeting requests you have sent to a supplier, and that will be visible as well. I believe I have an empty schedule as of right now. Yes. So let's go over to Book a Meeting and let's see how this works. So I'm going to go to the Book Meeting tab. Remember to use this drop down on day 1 or day 2. Remember, if you are interested in meeting with a supplier and they don't have any available slots for, let's say, day 1, check day 2 and see if they have any availability or openings on day 2 instead. So there are 2 days that you actually have a chance to meet with specific people. But for this video, we're going to select day 1. And I'm going to see a list of suppliers appear below. For this video, I am going to request a meeting with my training supplier account. But just so you guys know, if you are looking into a person, maybe you're on the edge of knowing if you want to actually request a meeting with somebody, just select that I button and you will be able to see that person's company information. So just remember to use the I button in order to view a person's profile and their information regarding their company. So let's go back to training supplier. We want to book a meeting with them. And I see that the training supplier has actually 12 openings still left on their schedule. So what I would do is I would select View Schedule, and I would see the entire list of opening slots that he still has remaining. And let's say we want to book a meeting with him at 2:20. So we're going to select Book Meeting. Once you book that meeting, make sure to refresh your page and go back to the Confirm Availability section. And I will be able to see that meeting request I sent out to that supplier. So please just allow the supplier to accept or decline this meeting So whenever you send out a meeting request, just remember to make sure that you allow that supplier the time to confirm or decline that meeting. Now, I am going to go in on my laptop and actually delete this meeting from the meeting plan, because I'm going to use the same account to actually send an invite to myself, where I will then have to either confirm or decline that meeting. As you can see on the screen, I just deleted the meeting, giving me an actually empty schedule yet again. So now what I'm going to do is, on my laptop, I am going to send a meeting request to the buyer that I'm logged into right now. Now that I've actually gone in as the supplier account and actually requested a meeting with my buyer account, what I can do is make sure I refresh the page. And I'm going to go and select matchmaking to day 1. As you can see, I see that training supplier has actually requested a meeting with me at 1 o'clock. The reason why I know they sent a meeting request to me is because it says pending. Now, what you need to do is remember that you're in day 1 and the meeting request is from training supplier at 1 o'clock. Now that you know those 3 main points, you will go over to meeting schedule, go back to matchmaking to day 1, and go to the time slot where you received the meeting request. So I received it at 1 o'clock. I now see that training supplier invite here, and I can either confirm or decline. If I confirm the meeting will be confirmed and locked into your schedule. Now if you press decline, the meeting will be completely wiped from the time slot. It will be completely wiped from the schedule, basically allowing you to possibly book another meeting with someone else in that very time slot. Book a meeting with somebody else in that exact time slot, and you'll be able to do that because you declined the meeting and have now opened up this time slot yet again. So what I'm going to do is decline the meeting this time and show you what that looks like. So I've declined this meeting. I'm going to press refresh. Now if I go back to 1 o'clock for matchmaking day 1, you will see that because I declined that meeting, that training supplier account is no longer there, and I am now able to go back and request meetings for 1 o'clock or accept meeting requests for 1 o'clock as well. Now that we've gone over how to actually book meetings and view another user's profile by selecting the eye icon, actually selecting the view schedule to book a specific time slot and actually send out a meeting request, we're going to do the final step and go back to the meeting schedule tab. Now, if you know that you will be unavailable for the very first hour of the event, so let's say you're not going to be around from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, what you will need to do, or you will continue to receive meeting requests that you will have to decline, is go to the 12 o'clock time slot and select the green button to make it say not available. I will do that for each time slot, and because I will be gone from 12 to 1, I will only do it for these 4 time slots displayed here. Now that I have actually deemed myself not available, I will be unable to receive meeting requests from any suppliers, and I will not be able to make meeting requests for these times either. And if at any time you want to make these time slots available again, just go in and re-click the yellow icon and make it green. Once you see that green icon, you know that the time slot is open yet again, allowing people to send you meeting requests. I'm going to make this unavailable though for the time being. And that's about it. We went over how to see the meeting request that you actually send out. We discussed how to actually confirm, and we discussed how to actually see meeting requests that were sent to you that were listed as pending, that were displayed below. We went over that once you get that information from that meeting request, you will have to go over to the meeting schedule, select the right day, and then find the correct time to be able to see that meeting request from the supplier and to be able to confirm or decline that meeting. At any time, if you are trying to test your matchmaking room, you can always go to Access Waiting Room, and as long as you have one meeting scheduled on your matchmaking schedule, you will then be able to enter your room and kind of play around in the matchmaking room. Please be aware that all matchmaking meetings are 15 minutes long. There is a timer inside the matchmaker room, and please be aware of that timer, because when the timer hits 0, all suppliers, everyone that you're meeting with, will be kicked out of the room. So it helps us basically keep the schedule on track. So just please be aware of the timer. If you do actually run out of time, please just contact WB Canada, Michelle, or Sylvia, and I'm sure they will be more than happy to help you connect with that supplier yet again. And before we go, I just would like to show you one last piece, and that is in the product service keywords section. When you're filling out this information in the NAICS codes field, you actually can put NAICS codes in, and you can actually put NAICS codes in this field using two different methods. So the standard way is obviously having the numerical code and selecting that code and saving it inside this field. Or what you can do, if you're having an issue finding the exact NAICS code, what you can do is actually just type in the description of the NAICS code here, and the system will pull up options. For me, I only had one option, but many other times you will see multiple options to choose from that will help you and other users be aware of what your company does and what you are looking for. But that is how you request meetings and the entire process of the matchmaking event. So if you do have any questions, feel free to email me at maverick@cloudcustomsolutions.com or reach out to Sylvia and or Michelle, and we will definitely answer your question as soon as possible. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day.